Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So, today we have a battle against Jeff. So yeah, looking at his team on the side there, looks to be very powerful looking, very meta looking. Of course, looking at my team, it is the same one that I used in the last game here. A little bit of a lower tier squad. So yeah, what do I want to lead with? That is a good question. I think we're gonna go with the Drifblim in this one, actually. Might actually make for a decent matchup. And yeah, we will see how that works out. Alright. So, there he is. And he is going to go ahead and lead with the Dragon Bolt. So that is definitely not what we wanted to see with the Drifblim lead. Obviously, I don't really want to stay in on this matchup here. We do have a pretty good switch to this thing, and that is going to be the Wigglytuff, actually, as we do resist, or actually have an immunity to both this thing's stab moves. So we're just going to go ahead and switch that in here, as he is just going to go for the Shadow Ball, so not going to do anything to us, so we do get a free switch there, which is nice. So this time around, I think the best course of action is to just go ahead and go for the Stealth Rock, get the entry hazard set up here, as it should do some decent work to his team. He's probably not going to want to stay in on this matchup here, as again, we do have the immunity to both this thing's stab moves, but we'll see what he wants to do here. So, indeed, he is not going to want to stay in. He's going to go for the switch, and he is going to go ahead and come in with the Glimora, which is not the end of the world, as we do go for the Stealth Rock, get that entry hazard set up on him, which is nice. This turn, unfortunately, we don't really have anything to hit this with very much, but I kind of just want to break the Focus Sash. This thing is probably carrying, and this thing's probably just going to try to set hazards on us anyway. So I say we just go ahead and go for the Hyper Voice to do just that. So that's what we're going to do here, as he is just going to go for the Mortal Spin. So that's kind of bad, as it is going to do a little chip and get the guaranteed poison on us, which kind of sucks. And it is also going to get rid of our Stealth Rock, which kind of sucks, as we're going to go for the Hyper Voice here. That's not going to do too much damage to this thing, but a little bit of chip and breaking a potential Focus Sash is nice. So we do get some HP back with the leftovers, and then we are going to take some poison damage here. So I kind of want to just reset the Stealth Rock here, but at the same time, I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably not going to have another poison attack to hit us with, given that he does have the Mortal Spin on deck. So that is definitely a chance we could take, and I kind of want to take it, so we're just going to go ahead and try to reset the Stealth Rock here, as he actually does go for the switch this turn, probably predicting us to switch out, and he's going to go ahead and switch in with the Dragonite. So that thing is coming in, as we do just go ahead and get the Stealth Rock back up, which is kind of nice for us, actually. We are going to regain some more HP with the leftovers, and then we are going to take some damage once again from the poison. So we really have no choice at this point but to stay in and attack this thing. We have to break this thing's multi-scale. We can't let it set up for free, so we're just going to stay in and Dazzling Gleam here, as indeed it is going to go for a Dragon Dance, because that is all these things always do. So it is going to go ahead and get the attack and speed increase, which is bad news, obviously. We do go for the Dazzling Gleam, which is going to do some decent chip to this thing, and definitely break the multi-scale, as it's actually going to activate a weakness policy on this thing to give it that attack and special attack increases. So that's definitely bad news for us, as this thing is extremely set up at this point. So we do take some, or get some leftovers recovery and get some poison damage as well. So unfortunately, in this situation, with Dragonite being as set up as it is, we're probably going to have to give it something. So the only question is, do we want to try and keep Wigglytuff around at this point? I don't know that we want to. I don't know that we want to, but yeah, I don't know that we really, based on what he has on the squad. Wigglytuff could actually kind of be useful, so what do we want to switch into this thing? We really don't have a good switch to this thing. I guess the best thing we could probably do, I guess we'll just go to the Drifblim. I mean, we really don't have a great switch to this thing. We have to get a clean switch into something else. Wigglytuff does look kind of useful, so we'll save it, and we'll go back into the Drifblim here, see what he wants to do. As he's going to go ahead and bust out the Terra here. So, we'll see what type he's going to turn into. It is going to be the normal type, so kind of figured that, as they normally always are, that, pun intended. So yeah, he is going to go for the extreme speed, but not going to hit us there, so that is definitely good news. And then we are going to get burned from the Flame Orb, which is going to activate our Flare Boost to give us a special attack increase, although that's not really going to matter, because I don't think we can take an attack from this thing at +2. I don't think there's any way we can take an attack from this thing, although he may not have the best of coverage for us, so there's only one way to find out. And that is to go ahead. I really don't want to miss an Air Slash. That would be devastating. But you know what? We could also try to trick this thing. But you know what? I think it's not that. Now is not the time for tech moves. Now is the time for getting damage. So we're just going to go for the Air Slash here to scout his set further. He's actually going to go for the switch. So he actually might not be packing any coverage for the Drifblim, which would be crazy, as he is going to come in with the Dragapult here, take some Stealth Rock damage, as we do go for the Air Slash, and we are going to do a truckload of damage to that thing, knocking it down to about 1/4 HP, which is great, and then we are going to take some burn damage. So it looks like Drifblim actually turns out to be a pretty nice counter to that Dragonite, so knowing that, we kind of want to save that, and we do have a pretty perfect switch to the Dragapult and the Wigglytuff, so we're just going to go ahead and just go right back into that thing here and see what he wants to do. So there it is, and he is just going to go for a Dragon Pulse here, so not going to hit us, obviously, so that is definitely great news for us. We are going to get some HP back from the leftovers, and then we are going to take some poison damage once again. So, he's more than likely not going to want to stay in on this matchup here, but I don't know if we really want to make a risky play right now. I think we'll just play it safe, and we'll go Dazzling Gleam here, as indeed he is not going to stay in, so we could have tried to double switch him there, but it's fine, as he is going to go ahead and come in with the Volcarona. So that thing is coming in. It does not take Stealth Rock damage, so it is Heavy Duty Boots for sure. We are going to get a Dazzling Gleam, which is not going to do much of anything to this thing, but a little bit of chip, as we do get some more HP back from the leftovers, and then take some poison damage as well. So the poison damage is kind of taking its toll on the Wigglytuff, unfortunately. But unfortunately, I don't think we can really afford to have the Volcarona set up on us. So I think we might just have to stay in and attack this thing, unfortunately. I think that's probably the best course of action. Although if he does Quiver Dance, we're not going to be doing a ton of damage. So, but even so, I think that's probably the best course of action here. So we're just going to Hyper Voice this thing, see how much damage we can get, as he does indeed go for the Quiver Dance. So that's obviously bad news. He's going to get that special attack, special defense, and speed increase, as we are going to be going for the Hyper Voice here, and that's not going to do too much damage to this thing, which is definitely bad news, as we do get some HP back from the leftovers and then take more poison damage. So I guess we really just have to hope that we can chip this thing down and that he doesn't really have any form of reliable recovery. That's really just the hope, although these things can carry recovery moves. But I think we really just have to stay the course here, so that's what we're going to do. He does go on the offense this turn with a Fiery Dance, and that is going to be enough, definitely a +1 to take the Wigglytuff out. He does get the special attack increase, which is really unfortunate, so that is really bad news. So that's going to knock us down to 5. So now he's at +2, which is definitely bad. I think the best thing we can probably do at this point is, I want to say, to come in with the Tauros, because I think if this thing is speed invested, it will outspeed us at +1, but I think have to hope that he doesn't really have coverage for us, as we do resist both this thing's stab moves. So I think that's our best course of action here, is just to go ahead and try to do something to this thing with the Tauros. And I think, how do we want to play this here? He may not want to stay in on this match, but even so, I think we just pretty much have to go for the Flare Blitz here, so that's what we're going to do, as he is going to go for the switch. So it looks like he might not actually have any coverage on deck, which is nice. He's going to go ahead and come in with the Glamora, which is kind of bad, as it does take some Stealth Rock damage, and we are going to hit a Flare Blitz on this thing, and it is not going to be enough to take it out, which is really unfortunate, and it's also going to actually set the Toxic Spikes. So that is bad news, because we don't have a way to get rid of that. But yeah, not much we can do about that. So I think, based on that damage output, another Flare Blitz should take this thing out. So that's really just what we have to do, I think. So that's what we are going to do. So this thing can't do any more damage to us with hazards. So, of course, we outspeed because of the Scarf. Flare Blitz is going to take this thing out after triggering the second layer of Toxic Spikes, unfortunately. But we do get rid of the Glamora, so that's something that is going to knock him down to, I believe, 5. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Garchomp. He might realize that we are choice locked at this point, as he comes in with that, takes some Stealth Rock damage. And so I think the best course of action we have here is we're going to switch for sure. We can't stay in. How do we want to play this, though? I think we have one of two options here. We can go into the we have one of two options. I think we're going to choose to go into the I think we're going to choose to come in with the Lilligan, actually, because we don't want to make a big risk with the Drifblim just yet. So we're going to switch in the Lilligan here. We are going to get badly poisoned off the Toxic Spikes, which is very unfortunate, as this thing is going to go for an Earthquake here straight away. So that is going to take us down by almost half, actually, which is quite a bit of chip damage there. We do get some HP back with the leftovers, and then we are going to take some damage from the poison here. So based on that damage output, we should be able to take another attack from this thing. I'm not 100% sure how we want to play this here. I don't really think it's a good idea to try to set up on this thing at this point, so I think we just pretty much have to go straight for probably go straight for the Energy Ball here. So that's what we're going to do, as he is going to go for the switch, so we could have got a little bit of a setup there, but it is what it is, as he's going to go ahead and switch into the Gyarados, which is interesting. So he's coming in with that. He is going to take the Stealth Rock damage, and we are going to go for the Energy Ball here to knock this thing down to about a quarter HP, which is nice. We are going to get some HP back with the leftovers, and then we are going to take some more poison damage. So based on that damage output, another Energy Ball from that range should take him out. So we also are max speed invested, so we should outspeed this thing unless it's max speed invested or choice. So we're just going to go for the Energy Ball straight away. He actually does outspeed us. He goes for the Ice Fang, and he actually misses, so that is really nice for us, as we're able to go for the Energy Ball in return and take this thing out. So that is going to knock him down to 4. So definitely a bit of good luck on our side there is much appreciated at that juncture. So that's going to get rid of the Gyarados, knock him down to 4, as we get the leftovers recovery and take the poison damage as well. So we will see what he wants to come in with here in response. It is going to be the Volcarona once again. So this thing is definitely a big problem for us. Now this thing could definitely try to Quiver Dance on us. More than likely will, which is obviously a problem. But at the same time, we don't really have the best of things we can do here, except we could Terrastalize, but I don't really want to waste my Terra in this situation as Lilligant's kind of on its last legs here. So the best thing we can do is just try to chip this thing away with a Terra Blast, so that's what we're going to do. He does go for the Quiver Dance, unfortunately. That will give him that special attack, special defense, and speed increase, as we are going to hit this thing with a Terra Blast in return. Terra Blast normal, and that is going to do some chip to this thing, not a lot, but some, as we do get more HP back from the leftovers and then take another round of the poison damage. So we're probably not going to take too many more turns from the poison if he chooses to not take us out, but we just have to stay the course here, as he is going to go for the Fiery Dance at +1 again, and obviously that will finish the Lilligant from that range. He gets the special attack increase again, which is quite unfortunate as the Lilligant goes down. That knocks us down to 4. So I think our best bet here is to do the same thing we did last time, which is to go ahead and switch to the Tauros. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We do get badly poisoned here from the Toxic Spikes, and then we do get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack. So this turn, I don't know if he's going to want to stay in on this matchup or not, but unfortunately he has a lot of viable switches, but I think the best thing we can do here is actually just go for the Earthquake, so that's what we're going to do, as he is going to go for the switch. What is he going to be switching in with? It is going to be the Dragonite. So normally that would be bad, but because he has Terra normaled, that's actually pretty good. So he comes in with that, takes the Stealth Rock damage. We are going to go for the Earthquake here, and it is not quite enough to take this thing out, unfortunately. So that does kind of suck. We do take some poison damage there, but we are definitely going to want to switch out here, and I think it's time to go ahead and switch to the Berserker, predicting the extreme speed, so we can hopefully get some Rocky Helmet chip on this thing. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So there it is, as he does go for the Earthquake, so that is bad. That's going to knock us all the way down to 1/4 HP, but we do survive. I think this turn we definitely go Fake Out, as he doesn't expect the Fake Out, and it is actually going to be enough to go ahead and finish the Dragonite off from that range, knocking him down to 3. So that definitely did work out in our favor, even though the initial prediction did not. So the Dragonite is out of the way. That's a huge problem gone, as now he comes in with the Dragapult, and he takes the Stealth Rock damage, barely surviving it. And I think at this point we pretty much just stay in and crunch, as he'll probably take us out. He does just go for the Flamethrower straight away, and that will take our Berserker out and knock us down to 3. So at this point we definitely come back in with the Paldean Tauros. Being Choice Scarf, we know we should outspeed this thing, I think, as we come in, get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack. Obviously, if he is Choice, he's going to be locked into Flamethrower. So I think we probably just go for the Earthquake here. That's the best bet, as we're pushing the edges of the timer. He is going to go for the switch here, and he's going to switch in with the Garchomp. So he comes in with that. He is going to take some Stealth Rock damage, as we are going to go for the Earthquake here, and that is going to take this thing down to a little above half. And then we are going to take the poison damage. So I feel like our best bet in this situation is to switch to the Drifloon. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to try to hopefully hurry up here and see where we get. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the Drifloon here, as it's coming down to the wire. He is going to go for the Earthquake. We get a free switch, which is always great. And then we are going to take some damage from the burn. So there's no reason not to just go straight for the Shadow Ball here, I believe. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Once again, pushing the edges of the timer. He is going to switch the Garchomp out. He might actually be Choice on the Garchomp, as the way he's playing it, as he does come in with the Dragapult here, and he's actually going to go down to the Stealth Rock damage, which is nice. So that's going to get rid of the Dragapult and knock him down to 2, actually, which is nice. And of course we Shadow Ball nothing there. So we are going to take some more burn damage, as we're going to see what he wants to bring back in now. And it is going to be the Volcarona. So he's going to come in with that. I think we just go straight for the Air Slash here. I think that's our play, so that's exactly what we're going to do. As he goes for the Fiery Dance, we are max HP on the Drifblim, so we can take one of those for sure. It knocks us to about a quarter. He gets the special attack increase again on the Fiery Dance as we go for the Air Slash. It is going to be enough to finish off the Volcarona and knock him down to just one Pokemon. So we're coming down to the wire here as his last Pokemon is going to be the Garchomp. So with less than a minute left, he's going to go ahead and come in with that. He's going to take that Stealth Rock damage. There's no point in switching here. We're just going to Shadow Ball. We're going to see if we can hopefully finish this up here as he's going to go for the Dragon Claw on the outspeed, which will take the Drifblim out, and that is going to knock us down to 2. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and finish this as quickly as possible. We're going to come in with the Tauros, and we are going to get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack. With seconds left on the clock, we're going to pop our Terra and go for a Terra-boosted close combat here and see if we outspeed him. He might be Scarf. If he is, it's going to be close. So as time runs out, we're going to go ahead and pop our Terra, Terastallizing into a pure fighting type on the Paldean Tauros. Blaze Breed here. And we do outspeed him here with the Scarf. We are going to go for the close combat. It is Terra boosted, and that is going to be enough as time runs out to go ahead and finish the Garchomp off. We do take the Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage on the way out, but we can survive it, and that is game. Alright, so we are going to win that one 2-0 versus Jeff, but that was actually a really good match. Very close, very competitive, right down to the wire. Despite hitting the timer at the end of the game, a pretty fast-paced game as well. But yeah, really good match there. Alright. So, that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So, that's it, and we'll see you next time.